Okay, we're now going to make our internal zipper pocket linings and add our zipper. So I have my two pocket lining panels, and I've literally pieced bits of scrap pieces of woven interfacing onto the back of there. I keep all my scraps of woven interfacing. This stuff is expensive, and especially at the moment where things are not so easy to come by, I don't like to waste things, and for pocket linings I think it's not a problem. So I'm just literally, I've done it on both of them. So I'm going to take our first pocket lining panel and lay it right side up on the table, and we're going to take our zipper, and with the zipper pull facing upwards so the zipper is right side up, we're going to lay the zipper along the top of our pocket lining panel so that the edge of the zipper is on the edge of that lining panel. We're going to take it to the machine, and we're going to stitch it down using a scant 1/4 inch. I'm just going to open up my zipper first, because my zipper head is in the way. This was the only zipper I had that was the right sort of colour, and it's quite a short one, so I usually use a longer zipper if I can. And we're stitching this down using a scant 1/4 inch. And a scant 1/4 inch is just less than a 1/4 inch, but because it is a sort of a slightly fluid measurement, it is difficult because different people, a scant 1/4 inch is different to everybody. We often have a 1/4 inch mark on our needle plate, and just less is not an exact measurement. So now that's attached to the top part of my pocket lining panel, and the zipper is facing outwards, so the zipper head is on the top, so the pocket lining panel is right side up and the zipper is right side up on top. Take your second zipper pocket lining panel, and with it right side up on the table, unfold your zipper from your first lining panel and lay it again right side up against the top edge of that second lining panel. I'm going to clip it this time just so that I can lift it up and show you. And what you do need to make sure is that the sides of your zipper pocket linings are exactly matched, and mine aren't, so I'm just going to shift them a little bit. It's just a fraction. So the two sides are perfectly matched. Don't worry about the bit of zipper hanging out, that's not a problem. But the two lining panels are now right sides together. And again, we're going to stitch across the top of that zipper, holding it to the edge using a scant 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm just going to move the zipper pull out of the way, so I'm raising my foot and moving the zipper pull so that it's behind my presser foot. If you don't do that, you'll end up with wonky stitching, which will end up with a wonky zipper in your pocket. Dragging things with me. So do your zipper up again. Lay your two lining pieces with your zipper in centrally located, right sides down on your pressing mat. And I need to move this a little bit nearer. And press that zipper so that the seams on either side are away from the zipper. So they're basically, you're pressing those seams open either side. You can press a zipper, it's not a problem. Nylon zippers are fine to press. Don't leave your iron on it sort of 20 minutes, that will melt it. But it's fine to press over a nylon zipper without any bother. If you're using metal zippers, do be careful because they do get mighty hot. So I turn it over and give it another press this side, and I press it on this side just to make sure that there's no kind of puckering either side. So everything looks nice and flat, and as it should do. So swap yourself out to your zipper foot. lay your pocket lining panels with the zipper inserted wrong side up on your table, so your zipper pull is facing upwards. Pull your zipper full so that it's slightly within those lining pieces, and take your completed lining panel, the piece with the slip pocket on it, and lay your aperture over the top of your zipper. What you're trying to do is make sure that the zipper teeth are sitting perfectly central within that aperture. Now again, some people like to put a little bit of double-sided tape either side of the zipper and then lay it on, which holds it in place. I just don't. I find that double-sided tape is I'm not a great fan of the stuff in the best of times. I just find I get messy with it and it sticks to everything. You will have a lining panel sticking out the top. That's fine, that's as it should be. And then once you've got it centrally located, your zipper, you're going to top stitch around the outside. You're going to use the same method as we used before, in so much as you're going to leave long threads. Oh, where's me? Long threads on the top and the bottom, because we're not going to back stitch, we're going to bury our threads. So I'm going to take that to the machine and I'm going to top stitch all the way around my zipper. And I'm just going to open my zipper out so it's out of the way, the pull's out of the way while I start, and then once I get going, I will just move my zipper head so that it's behind the foot. And I top stitch around my zipper at 1/8 of an inch. You can do a little bit more if you want to, if you feel comfortable. Don't feel comfortable stitching at 1/8 of an inch. It's not a big drama. I just like to be close to the edge of the zipper. Top stitching at 1/8 of an inch is definitely a skill that not everybody has. It is quite close, and it can be a little bit terrifying. When you pivot at the end, come across the zipper. I usually hand crank across there. The needle will go through between the zipper teeth without any bother, but if you go too fast, sometimes your thread will catch on one of the zipper teeth and break. So going slowly and hand cranking it is probably the least likely to cause problems. Come back along the other side. Move my zipper pull out of the way again. Pivot. And again, just coming down over those zipper teeth, or through the zipper teeth, should I say. That's where the needle's going. And then back so that I can meet the stitching that I started. And if I can land in the same hole as I started in, all the better. Pull my work out. And you know the drill by now, ladies. Take it back through to the reverse of your work. Tie off your top threads and bobbin threads. If you want to bury the threads within your pocket lining, you can do. I don't bother because they're right at the end, so it's not a big drama. And there we have our zipper is all in situ from the back and in situ from the front. So with my lining panel right sides down, I'm going to take this top lining panel for the pocket and I'm going to bring it down over the top of the bottom lining panel. And you can see that one is slightly longer than the other. That's fine. You can, if you wanted to, cut one shorter than the other so that they match up, but to be honest, whenever I do that, I usually end up putting the wrong one on the wrong side, and then I end up with all sorts of issues. So I find it's easier to just do them exactly the same, and you can trim off that little bit. It's just a wee bit of fabric, it's not a lot. Turn your work right side over, pull your fabric out of the way, and you can see there the end of the zipper and the side of the lining panels. You're going to go all the way down across that piece of facing that you can see as well. You've got a little bit of your zipper facing showing all the way down. Then you're going to come all the way along the bottom, move this and come all the way up the other side. So you're going to be fully enclosing your zipper pocket. You're not leaving a gap at the bottom to turn through. We're not turning through the zipper pocket. So the zipper pocket is going to be fully enclosed at this point. Be careful as you go across your zipper again. And just back stitching a little bit. So all the way down to the bottom of the zipper pocket linings. Turn, move your main piece of fabric out of the way. Along the bottom. And then back up the other side. Back stitch at the top. Now if you've got any little bits of zipper tape showing at the sides, you can trim those off if they bother you. I think that's the little metal catch bit there, yeah, so I've got to be a bit careful because I don't want to try and go through that. That's my zipper pocket completely enclosed on the back, and from the front we have the beautifully enclosed zipper pocket with no zipper tape showing. I have a real issue with zipper tape showing inside of pockets, so we don't have any zipper tape showing. She's lovely. Now in this instance, most patterns will tell you to open the pocket, so that you can turn your bag through. In this instance, you do not need to open this pocket. This pocket is not where we're turning our bag through. So that's your back lining now completed. You have your two slip pockets and you have your zipper pocket. All of these are optional, so if you chose not to put them in, don't put them in, it's not a problem. If you're making this to be an iPad case or something for your tablet or something like that, you don't need the pockets, just leave them out. They're not integral to the way we construct the bag. The zipper pockets are just for, if you're going to use it as a clutch, then it's nice to have somewhere to put your keys or your lippy or your vape or whatever it is you like to carry in your bag. So that's where we're at now. We're going to come back and we're going to look at starting to, we're going to add some foam, and then we're going to add our strap connector.